Aloha, y'all. It is Sunday, named after the sun, ruled esoterically by the sun. It is May 18th, Sunday. And the sun is in Taurus, 27 degrees. It's exactly conjunct Uranus right now. Moon is at 4 degrees Aquarius, exactly conjunct Pluto retrograde by a degree right now. But I'll reference the astrology as we go. The cards I pulled today are the Magician, or the Starman, from the Starman David Bowie tarot deck. He's been on my podcast a few times. If you don't know about the Team Rabbit Hole podcast, 310 episodes. We got people like this coming on, all sorts of people. Anyway, we got the Magician card, right? The Starman. We've got the Magician as a clarifier. Who'd have thunk? What are the odds, right? And then we've got an Angel card because it is Sunday. It's Ahahaya. I can't pronounce that. Hahahaya. Anyway, the Angel of Refuge and Shelter. Let's talk about the cards, though. The odds of pulling the same Major Arcana card are pretty slim, so the fact that it's coming out this hot is very telling. And with the sun exactly conjunct Uranus, the light of illumination being exactly conjunct revolution and epiphany and, electric change, trining the moon, our emotions, and Pluto retrograde conjunct, right? We're basically sending electricity through the dead body parts of a culture and a world that we don't know about anymore, kind of Frankenstein style, and it's getting revivified, and we're going to re-electrocute. See all this electricity? It's alive! So, and I've written music to all the Major Arcana. I'll post the song. It's a reggae, kind of psychedelic reggae song called With These Tools. Check it out. You'll love it, I guarantee. The Starman, or the Alchemist, in this deck, right, the Magician card. Manifesting your reality, ideas are communicated and brought into the physical world with ease. With Mercury and Taurus, we can really kind of speak and ground our ideas, abracadabra style. You have everything you need to create the world you desire. Reconfigure yourself in liberating, expressive, and complex ways. We are reanimating ourselves, remixing, right? Very much with the Pluto in retrograde, conjunct the moon. We feel good about being Rick and Morty, chitty chitty bang bang in the basement making flubber. We feel good about this. On page 24, the Starman, I will blow your mind. The Starman is an attractor field through which we can observe the self we believe to be true. We are being invited to see the inherent nature of the human condition and look at what has been fashioned by culture through the ages, the belief and value systems we have simply adopted. Sun in Taurus. Like, what are the values and traditions and real world things that we've adopted? But with Uranus conjunct that, we're checking it out. We're testing it with electricity and a revolution. His glorious presence awakens us to another realm entirely, North Node in Pisces. And in that resonance, seemingly irrefutable facts are seen as fictions, right? There is no spoon, kind of thing, Matrix style. We see the Starman bringing the seed of transformation to the world, carrying the weapon that compels us to self-destruct in the one hand, and the golden key that unlocks our supreme potential in the other, right? The seed has to die to be turned into the tree, kind of thing. The luminous one, descending to earth with his arms outstretched, the alien messiah, a vision of ecstatic color, light, and fire, molecular world streaming tendrils of life-giving substance, traveling through space, surrendered in time, ripples in the exosphere, his presence shimmering with ancient symmetries, waiting for the moment to reveal his power, because he knows it will blow our minds. Our highest mind, our highest self is being blown right now. The world as we know it is ending and changing. We're entering a new aeon. Even in human design, in 2027, there's a new shift of a gate there, right? This great transmutation. A palpable sense of creative potency hangs in the air, a hidden potential demanding to be realized, right? Mars and Leo, Venus and Neptune, and Chiron and Aries. It's like we know change of ourselves and our actions and our selfhood is being alchemized. We know we're going to have to do things a little different. So it's palpable, it's in the air, the dissolving of the Starman's solid form into the golden pool of liquid light, the sheer willingness to melt himself down to be reborn as something fresh, something new, but containing all the elements woven from the past, and that is a powerful metaphor. We too can place the personality and various jaded facets of ourselves into the flame of the creative fire to be reconfigured in ever more liberating, expressive, and complex ways. With Pluto retrograding in Aquarius, we are remixing, reconfiguring, reevaluating our thinking and our allegiance to tribes and teams and nationalities and currencies and technology and all this stuff, right? And that's trining the sun conjunct Uranus exactly in Taurus. So it's seriously an electric portal, basically. To boldly confront the fear of destroying that which we cherish, something complete and comfortable, the American dream, the Western democracy dream, with great intrinsic value. It is valuable, but its shelf life is up and we're going to have to change it. And yet be courageous and break it down. For the revolution, as Hamilton would say. To trust the Starman as he propels us towards the possibility of discovering what we didn't know, revealing the raw components of life with all of the thoughts, frailties, passions, and anxieties, which can now be transformed and recombined into something powerful, impactful, and extraordinary. We just had recently a full moon in Scorpio. We're still on the wake of that energy, and that is like a portal of release. We're cutting the umbilical cord. We're being launched into a new portal. We are all smoking DMT and doing ayahuasca metaphorically together at the same time. Things like AI, things like aliens, things like religions and prophecies coming true, right? Like, it's all happening. He knows power does not come from him, but through him, and he wields it with absolute integrity, creating something magical out of nothing, out of thin air, right? The Starman offers us the elixir, a constant visual theme in quest in my work with David Bowie, how to create images that brought things to the surface to be seen, felt, and ultimately be healed of its own destruction. Moon conjunct Pluto retrograde in Aquarius, trining Uranus, and Sun conjunction. We must risk our own destruction, risk our own failure, and embrace what appears to be a mistake. Bowie seized upon things that would have been viewed as insignificant, and there were often things that bore the most fruit. Jupiter and Gemini, play with ideas, play with novelty. It's all a joke. Play with the game. He wasn't afraid to pull the things apart that already looked finished to reveal something unexpected and significant. The alchemist, the Starman, the alchemist says, solve and coagula. Solve, figure it out, and then coagula, right? Take it apart and put it back together. Re-engineer it. Know how it works. When the Starman appears, it is a signal to see what elements of your life can be reinvented and rethought in order to recreate and ultimately create and reveal something extraordinary. He is calling you to discover your full creative potential. Hot shit, this card. And it's the clarifying card too. So I'm not going to read it twice, but clearly the Magician coming on hot with these tools, right? With these tools, the song I wrote, with these tools, you'll see the moon, right, is trining the sun right now. And we're going to see a portal. We're going to see a mantle, an outfit, a new outfit. It's a little like in Fantasia with the magician and the sorcerer and the apprentice or whatever, where it's like we have the power, but if we don't marry our inner child to our higher self, it's going to be chaos, and the broomsticks are going to flood the whole Fantasia, world. So we've got to be careful with the elements, balance them, and really take the power in our hands, the fire here, the spirit, and channel it. We're conduits for the miraculous. Right, so manifest your reality. Might as well hold up the clarifying card because it's the same thing. The Magician, right? Manifesting your reality, ideas are communicated and brought into the world with physical ease. You have everything you need to create your world that you desire. Abracadabra. Reconfigure yourself in liberating, expressive, and complex ways. So very powerful. Check out the song I wrote for this with these tools, and you'll get a very good idea of how each element plays with itself. So the Sunday card, the wild card, is an angel. This is Ahahaya. It's the number 12, the angel of refuge and shelter. Psalm 10:1. Why standest thou afar off, Lord? Why hidest thyself in times of trouble? It is times of trouble. Uranus conjunct Sun exactly, trining Pluto retrograde and the moon in Aquarius. But we are in the hub of the wheel. We can really, really enter into the matrix as the one, as Neo. He's stopping bullets, right? We're Morpheus, and because Morpheus is like the dream god or whatever, and Neo and Trinity, we're the whole cast and crew. We're also Agent Smith. We're also, it's like all these things. Anyway, this 12th one says, close your eyes and discover the world that lives within you. As within, so without. As above, so below. The Alchemist's kind of creed. Hahahaya is the angel of interiorization or refuge. It helps us understand the importance of moments of meditation and interiorization in our lives for a right balance between our outer and inner worlds. It teaches us that we can always find refuge within ourselves, even in difficult situations. And it's a crazy time right now. Refuge, period of calm, rest, meditation, internalization, love of solitude, helping us sleep, replenishing ourselves, renewing our energy, balancing our intimate and social lives, inspiring us to take care of ourselves in our house and our home, appreciation of the world, inner harmony through self-evaluation, transforming destructive attitudes, positive attitude, discretion, right? We're going to be powerful magicians, owning all the elements, the fire of spirit, the air of mind, the earth of materiality, and the water of emotions. And we're going to be conduits for that, right? With these tools. Check out the song. Holler for a reading if you want. If you've enjoyed this, tag somebody. They can probably benefit from it too. Readings are $150 for 3 hours of astrology, $50 for an hour of cards. That's half off if it's your birthday. So happy birthday discounts always in place. And if you get somebody to come to me as a referral, you get half off on cards. So do yourself a favor. Send people my way, and you can get some deals too. Check out the Team Rabbit Hole podcast, 310 episodes. And yeah, ultimately just have fun with this portal because it is totally a portal right now. Enjoy your Sunday, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Adios.